Okay. Well, let's just turn that up. Bring that up here. I don't know if I want to keep it. Maybe I'll keep it there. I guess. Maybe. Anyway. Cool. Well, I know there's nobody here, but I'm really hoping that people on the forum, anybody on YouTube, you get to see this video and you get to watch it and join me in this experience. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. If anybody doesn't know, my name is Mike, also known as the Leaky Valve here on YouTube and in the MyGolfSpy Forum. I have been very fortunate to be selected to review grips from a company called Star Grips. They are an interesting concept. I don't know how many people have ever seen or have ever dealt with grips that are like this, but what makes Star Grips different is there is no tape. You don't tape the club, you don't tape your iron shaft and put the solvent on and then run the stuff on and then you put the grip on. These are tapeless. They do not require you to use any tape. You use air. You use a compressor. They have a little air gun that you can put on the end of your compressor line and you blow the grip on. So it's it's a pretty cool concept. I know I've personally seen grips like that and I've used grips like that, and the company that I had used before was Pure Grips. Personally didn't like the grips that I was using, but I think that was mostly because of like the actual grip itself. It was just very rigid and lots of texture to it. I just personally, it wasn't for me. I know Pure offered normal grips, I guess if you consider like a Lambkin Crossline or a Tor Velvet is to be like a normal everyday grip. Sorry, I'm like looking both ways to see if there's things with the chat because I don't want to have it right in front of me because it makes the screen all weird. But yeah, so today will be kind of like my unboxing. I guess I'm gonna have to go and take pictures and stuff like that for the website. When I was selected for the test, they give us kind of like a rubric to follow in terms of what we need to post and this, that, and the other. Part of that was an introduction, which the introduction will be part of the post that's already up right now. In that introduction, you need to have your unboxing and then your final review. The final review is kind of going to be like an ongoing thing. With these grips, they have a 3-year, I guess, warranty or satisfaction guarantee sort of thing. Post a link to their website in the description as well once we get done. But that's against like cracking, wear, anything that goes wrong with the grip. 3 years to come back and hopefully get yourself a new one. But I have to do an unboxing and an initial impressions, a first impressions kind of thing. So I thought it'd be a really cool idea instead of just taking pictures, like let's do it and let's experience it all at the same time. Because there's been people back and forth on the forum saying like I've used Pure Grips and I bought some of these and they put pictures and they've looked really good and whatnot. So I'm excited to get this. That looks terrible because of all the lighting. Can we? That's better. I'm excited. I'm excited. People have put a couple pictures up. Huge Gall has already done his first impressions, so I'm gonna have to do that, and then I'm gonna have to take pictures, and then I'm gonna have to write about it. So hopefully I can take a lot of the stuff that I say and just basically put it into written form on the forum itself. So yeah, I guess let's just dig into it and let's kind of do this together. I'm excited to do this live instead of kind of going through it by myself, because then I do genuinely think that if you're unboxing a product and there's like a part of you that's disappointed in something, yes, I feel like you can write about it, but I do feel like there's like a certain sense of relatability or like personal feeling that you can physically see. Like you'll be able to see the look on my face when I first see these. I haven't opened them. There's the tape's coming off, but you'll be able to see my initial reaction. You won't. It's not just going to be like, oh, I open them up and like, okay, like they look okay, and then you write about it and you say like, oh yeah, they're great and they feel awesome, kind of thing. Like we're doing all that. We're gonna go through. I'm gonna feel them. I'm gonna see what I think I'm gonna want to do for my grips. I'll even, at the end of it, I'll kind of designate when I'm done with my initial review, and then we'll kind of go a little bit further as to how I'm thinking I want to actually install these, because I didn't get all the same one, which colors are going to go where, stuff like that. So I want to first try and peel out the packing slip and stuff to see if there's anything in there, because the first person to post his unboxing said that he got a personalized note. So I want to see if I got a personalized note. Oh, they're already there. Okay, I gotta get the other side here. Okay, let me see. Let's oh, pardon me. There we go. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, apologies if you can't see me. I think it's better that you're seeing this instead. I'm assuming this is probably just going to be all. Yep, packing slip after packing slip after packing. Holy. You think we you think we got enough packing slips? Oh, okay. So it put in every single one of these has its own individual. Every single grip is its own individual packing slip, and there's 13 in here, so that's a whole lot. There is the actual full order. So, Star grips, like I said, designed to be done with air. You can use tape as well. You could technically do these on their site. It says you could do them the same way you would do a normal grip, which is cool and all, but if you're someone who likes to tinker, someone like me, like I've got 3 extra clubs sitting in this lovely Mizuno bag that I'm pointing at that you can't see right now. I have 3 extra clubs in there. I could rip all the grips off there and I could just interchange them one at a time if I wanted to go and play one for a day. The other thing that Star grips is kind of not new, but they've done is they're very, I would say they're very simple designs. There's a wrap design. There's a standard design that kind of looks like your Tour Velvet, your Lambkin Crossline, a smoothie design where it's kind of like a smoother tour wrap. I didn't get the chance to order it. They were all sold out on them. It wasn't something that I personally liked. And they also do like a wrap putter grip. So if you're interested in that, please go. I don't want to. Oh boy, I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. Like my grips, I just got my clubs back today from getting spec checked, which I will talk about after I do my impressions because it was absolutely brutal. Sure, actually that's what I wanted to talk about because I had it in my hands. What else do they offer? So they offer a Tour Star 360, which is designed to be kind of similar to like the MCC4 from Golf Pride, where it's got a little bit more help on the bottom, kind of similar to like 3 to 4 wraps. Wrap design all the way through. I got those at midsize. I also got the Sidewinder, which is the one that's similar to the Tour Velvet, and I got that in a midsize as well, so it's a little bit bigger. It also says here that I got the air gun as well, which is really cool because my dad has dealt with pure grips, and he has his own little way of doing it. And he literally uses like the end of a basketball filler and just sticks it in with his compressor and just pushes the grip on. He loves it. He's really excited about me doing this because his pure grips are probably on their last legs, and if he likes these, maybe he'll end up getting himself some. Can I get that air gun out? I want the air gun out first. I don't want to look. What's... Ooh, hey, look at that. Cool. So I did get a letter. So I will read it to you. Dear Mike, thank you for your interest in Star Grips and congratulations on being one of MyGolfSpy's Star Grip testers. Let me introduce our brand. So here you go. Star Grips is a premium golf grip, and we are proud of our product quality. We have been producing high-end golf grips for more than 30 years in our factory in Phoenix, USA. Here are some of the unique benefits. They are very tacky yet stable. This is why field players like Fred Couples use our grips. Freddie. The longest lasting grip on the market. The only grip in the world with a guarantee, and not just any guarantee. It's 3 years. If they lose their tackiness, you'll get new ones free of charge. They have the tightest weight tolerances of all the grips on the market. So every time these things get produced, they have a very small margin. The highest content of rubber of all the grips on the market, which I do think is probably true because some of them, like even some of my MCCs, like they're rubbery, but it feels like there's something else in there, especially some of the ones that have like the cord. They're completely seamless, which in my case is very, very important because I have my driver and my 2 hybrid, which are adjustable, and they are currently set. My driver is set to where the Golf Pride logo is completely square to the face, and I do not adjust that thing. I don't at all because it just messes with my head. The hybrid is a brand new PXG one, and it's just got the standard PX3 grip on it. I know I was going to change it anyways. I just wanted to see what the PX3 grip was like, so I left it on there, and it is what it is. But being completely seamless, you put these on however you put them on, and they're going to be the exact same throughout the order of your grips. Made in the USA with US StarTac rubber. Can be installed and uninstalled multiple times with air, without tape or solvent, and they are environmentally friendly. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you have. We value your input. Thank you again for the installation. We hope you enjoy the new grips. Thank you, Anders. I really appreciate it. And this is actually, like, in terms of a first impression, this is wicked. I know that some of the other testers, when doing, I would say, smaller, right? I understand, like, yes, like Fred Couples as a customer, but it's not like they're running the top 10 PGA guys right now. I have noticed that a lot of the smaller companies do send some kind of a note. I don't know where it went, but I do have a note from the sub 70 guys when I ordered my sub 70 irons from them. It was as small as it is, a handwritten note. This isn't handwritten, but it is hand signed. That is pen for sure on the bottom. Let me see. That is pen that he used to sign that. That is a really nice touch. So in terms of a first impression for that, that's excellent. This feels bigger. So let's get to this. Oh, the air gun case, sweet. This I'm really excited about because this is supposed to just make install really easy. I don't know how uninstall is going to go, which is something I plan on testing, is how you get these off. That is wicked. That is so cool. Let's get this open here. That is sweet. So you'd stick, I don't know if we can get it to focus here. You would stick the end of the grip in there. I'll show you when I get the grips out. And you literally just grips in here and the grips in your hand, and you just, and on she goes. I hope that putting air through the grip allows me to kind of rotate it, because I was playing around with one of the grips that I have on just a random club that's actually a wrapped grip, and the way that it is currently set actually fits my bottom or my top hand really well. Bottom hand is kind of whatever, but it fits the way that the club wraps around. It fits into the grooves. Like, my fingers fit into the grooves really well. So I might put the wraps that I got from Star Grips on and see if I can maybe adjust them a little bit. Okay. Let's get to it here. Oh yeah, that's not even that bad. On the website, it looks a lot deeper. Let me see if I can grab it. Where is that wedge? There we go. So this is the club that I was talking about that I have a wrap grip on, and the grooves. I don't know how well we can. The grooves between each of the wraps are very, very deep. Like it's not like it is wrap. It's obviously not leather, but it's definitely got a lot more space, and you can feel it a lot more. This, however, it is wrapped, but it's very subtle. The blue looks way better on screen than it does just sitting in front of me because it's kind of dark, but the camera's doing a good job of picking up the color. That is nice. And it actually doesn't feel, I don't have any spare grips kicking around like a couple of the other guys do. I don't know if I would play around with how these are going to sit in terms of like where my thumb would fit. Because I kind of like to have my thumb fitting sort of on one of the grooves, and then my bottom hand would sit over top. But that feels really nice, and that is super, super tacky, right? In terms of durability, like I as much as I don't really want to do this and break one, like Okay, that was a pretty hard pull, to be honest with you. But I don't want to wreck it. Just trying to prove a point. But that was like, I'm really curious. Wow, that is super sticky. Like, does anybody else not use a glove? Like, I honestly feel like I'd be okay with not wearing gloves with this. That's a first for me because I have to wear a glove. Anyway, so I'm impressed. And it actually feels kind of like pretty uniform. This is the Tour Star 360. So this is supposed to be designed with like a less tapered feel. And this is, in fact, mid-size. I believe I ordered them. Mid-size. They don't come mid-size. It's just this size. This is three to four on the bottom. So what you'll do, I move my microphone a little bit. You would take the grip, stick it in the bottom, or stick the bottom part in here where you'd push air, hold it, and then just push it onto your club. And then that would be it. I'm curious. I'm so curious how it works on the other side of this. Like on the inside of the club here, or the club of the grip. I'm curious if it goes in a little bit because it doesn't look like a standard grip where you could almost like see right through it. It almost looks like, probably can't, yeah, there's nothing you could see. It almost looks like it goes in a little bit. And then there's kind of like a little stopper that would almost push the air out and down the grip. So I feel like that would make taking the grips off extremely easy. Because then you just put the gun back on, press it, it's going to fill the whole thing with air, and you just pull it off. So that's one of them. I got 8 of these. I'm going to have to, I'm changing the way that I'm putting the grips on, or the clubs that I'm putting them on. So I got 8 of the blue Tour Star 360s, 1 black, 1 white, and then I got some other colors. All right, let's just get these all out. There's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're all full of dog hair now. So thank you for that, puppy. Oh yeah. 8. 9 as a mid-size. This is their Sidewinder. This is literally just a way tackier feeling. Oh my god, it's actually like almost gummy. Like I can feel like residue in my hands almost. Like that's tacky. Like a round would probably just get rid of that. Yeah, this is like a less intense Tour Velvet. Probably see why it says mid-size up at the top. Can we see that? There it says the M and the D. It's very, very hard to probably make out there. Come on, focus. But yeah, the markings and stuff are very, very faint. It's not too deep at all. Do I have? There we go. This is a Tour Velvet. And yeah, that's, I don't know, maybe it's like a little deeper comparing a Tour Velvet to that, but in terms of like length, we are a smidge shorter, maybe? Like just barely shorter. Oh, that's terrible. There we go. Oh, probably the same. Once it gets on and gets stretched, it's probably going to be all good. But that, like, wow. That is insanely tacky. That's wicked and wild. I'm really, really curious. I'm going to be doing, it's currently, I live in Canada, so it's currently just starting to get warm. So I don't know how long it's going to be until I can actually get these out on the golf course. But I'm very, very excited to get them into the simulator, onto my clubs first of all, and then into the simulator. And then I'm going to take a towel and soak the heck out of it. And then just, oh, there's a little bit of tape and residue on there. I'm just going to run water like on the grip and see how it holds up, and pray to God that I don't swing as hard as I can and put an iron through the simulator. That would be very bad. This, I'm curious if that will show any better. No, the white is doing a terrible job contrasting. We'll see if the black does any better. White is super, super white, super clean. Fully expecting this thing to get dirty as heck, but that's okay. That's part of my process. I wanted to order a bunch of different colors just to see like what's going to happen. So the white looks really clean, super bright white. This gray, this like the Nardo gray, like the Cobra F8 series where they started doing a Nardo gray. This is a really clean looking grip. Love that. Actually really like the color on that. Almost kind of like regretting not getting all these colored, but I have reasoning for getting the blues. Black, super standard. Again, yeah, these are tacky as heck. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna be really excited to get these on the clubs and see like how much these can fill out. It'll be super exciting to see. And then orange. Well, I guess I could do green too, but orange. This is like not doing it justice showing you this on the video. This is not doing you any justice at all at how orange this really is. This is highlighter orange. It is bright as heck, and you are going to notice when someone has this in their hands, regardless of what club they're hitting. I have dog hair everywhere in this house. But this, and I guess the blue ones, so this is green, same thing. I'm curious to see if the color bleeds through. That's going to be another one of the tests that I do. Hopefully, I'm sure I got a glove in my bag that I can just burn through. And we're empty. We can just burn through that glove, get it wet, get the grip wet. Hopefully hand kind of sticks to it. But I want to see if the actual grip is going to... Let's just change. There we go. There we go. I want to see... Twist. There we go. Everybody's looking at my golf bag. There we go. There's no bag. I really want to see if they're going to bleed through. I had a friend, I don't think, I texted him the other day about it, and he said that he doesn't think that the Golf Pride MCC4s that he bought were actually Golf Pride MCC4s because he used a brand new glove that I had given him for the round that we went and played, and within 2 holes, he was already bleeding through from the grip onto his glove, and it was his whole glove just looked completely blue. So I'm curious if these will do the same thing. I don't know. I'm just going to quickly check my phone because I want to see if I've missed anything in terms of what I'm planning to test. The other thing that I really want to do is test how good these stick on as soon as you put them on. Can I just fire it on and move my hands around it? I got like rubbery residue on my hands right now. I could probably put it in my hair to make my hair stand up. But I want to see, yeah, is it the same as the Pure Grips were, where it's blow it on and you're out the door to go and hit the round? None of this waiting around for a half an hour or however long. Like I'm sure the tour guys are using something that makes the grip stick a little bit quicker. Or there's a half-hour grace period, something. But if I need a 56-degree wedge today because I know that I'm going to go play somewhere that's got a lot of fluffy sand or something, and I usually run the 54 because it's wet sand, can I just blow it off, blow it back on in the bag and out the door? Or, you know, knowing that, oh, that half an hour that it takes me to get to the course, is that going to be an issue? Or can I just throw it on and go and stick the compressor in the parking lot and do it there? Testing goals. Right. Cold conditions. In Canada here, we sometimes get a little bit chilly in the mornings. So I want to see the vibration reduction. Like, is there going to be any amount of help in terms of getting rid of some of the stingers that you may or may not hit? I'm playing Callaway Apex Pro, so if I heel or toe anything bad, it hurts through my hands through the MCC4s that are on there right now. And it doesn't feel good. You're usually running a stinger for at least that hole, maybe more, depending on how bad it is. I think other than that, those are the only things that I was looking to do in terms of testing. Now, I will try my best to use my phone and do like a live stream in the garage, to actually show you how to install and uninstall them, hopefully. The cool thing that I've seen a lot of members post about on the forum is that a lot of people have said you can just use like double-sided, or not double-sided, like blue painter's tape. I'm curious if I get away with green. I don't know if blue is maybe a bit thicker. You can use the painter's tape as an equivalent to running extra wraps on your top hand, bottom hand, however you like to do it when you're using tape and solvent. So can I just quickly throw on some, like a layer of tape, just one whole wrap of tape down the shaft and stick this on and it's going to be sticky, ready to go sort of thing? Like, or do we end up having any twisting and turning because it's technically not sticky like a shaft would have, like some kind of like a stickiness to the inside of this? Holy crap, that's insane. Like, wow. I'm curious. I've seen a lot of people on the forum post and say that it's been easy and really good to do. I've seen a couple people post that they put these on, they blew these on over top of existing grip tape or put normal grip tape on that's double sided, and that apparently is a no bueno kind of thing, because if you don't have proper tools to stick into the end of the grip to actually blow the grip off, you're sticking that basketball needle into the end and trying to force air in and around, and you might create a big bubble that'll blow out the side and maybe wreck your garage or wreck your eardrums or something. But no, I'm excited. I'm actually really impressed with how like sticky and tacky these are. I am curious to go no glove versus glove to see if there's a difference. That might be a complete and total preference thing, because I've always worn a glove like my whole life. I know my dad has switched. He went from using a glove to no glove at all for feel for him. But I'm curious if these are going to feel okay. I know if I get halfway through a round, my hands sometimes get so sweaty I got to switch out gloves. So that's usually a big issue for me. In terms of what is going on what though, I'm I'm still very torn between what I want to do. So this is the lineup of grips that I have. So I have these are all of them. So I have 1, 2, 3 of the mid-size sidewinders, 8 of the blue Tour Stars, and then the 1 black and the 1 white. I'm thinking what I want to do is put on the 8+1 on my irons, or the 8+2, sorry, on my irons, and then I'm going to do these 3 on my woods. So I think I'll do gray on the driver, green's going to go on the 3 hybrid because it has a green shaft, and then the orange is going to go on the 2 hybrid, which is a PXG, and it is black. The whole thing is completely black, so I think it might be like a cool contrast to just stick that on there. 5 through as far as we can go with the blues, and then I'll probably rip every single grip off of all of the wedges I have and probably rotate between these 2, maybe 3 of the Tour Star 360s. And that hopefully will do it. This is going to be a very, very long test. I don't foresee myself using the full 3 years, obviously, like with updates, and if I do make changes and so on and so forth, I would for sure get back onto the forum and post updates. And that is part of one of the things we're supposed to do, is to consistently be posting updates and pictures and so on and so forth. But in terms of like, am I going to keep these for 3 years, or am I going to use them for the summer and then that's it? I don't know. I really want to just hammer the course this year with these and just put them, as cliche as it is, I really do want to put them through their paces, because I'm really excited to try out something that I desperately need. Take one of my irons out, and you can see this is my current MCC4. Maybe this will be better so I don't... Can we see? Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect. That is all the cord coming out of the MCC4 from my top hand and my fingers. So these are definitely due for a regrip. The one thing I wanted to quickly mention is the way that I hold my hand with these grips. So I like to keep my thumb kind of in this little notch here. And so when I was testing and kind of playing around with this, with the wrap, I kind of found that I could do the same thing and kind of fit the pad of my thumb into one of these grooves. So I'm curious if I can maybe, just maybe, find where that is going to fit on my hand and maybe almost mark it. And I would maybe mark it like on the top of the grip here. I'm not even showing you. I would mark it kind of like on the top of the grip here, almost as like a center spot. And I would do that on all of them. And then these would all be on the exact same way. So there's no difference in terms of one's kind of twisted and the grooves end up a little bit different. They're not deep though. I said it earlier, and they are not extremely deep like that wedge I have. It's noticeable if I'm trying to dig my thumb into a spot. It is definitely noticeable, but it's not super crazy. Even the notch in the MCC4 is very noticeable, and for me it's actually like a trigger point for my driver. I have to kind of like, it's like once my hands are set and my thumb is set in there, then I can pull the trigger and swing. So that is going to kind of do it for my first impressions. I'm going to go 9 out of 10, and I'm going to dock 1 mark solely for the way that these are leaving like a kind of almost like the feeling that you get after you've used hand sanitizer. Have you ever used some hand sanitizers that leave that kind of like sticky residue on your hands, and then you almost got to go wash your hands anyways because the residue's on there? That is kind of what's on my hands right now from handling these. I could maybe run these through like some water and soap, and maybe it'll kind of take that like initial sheen off, or that might be part of the tackiness that's supposed to stick and stay. Who knows? I could put water on these and maybe my hand doesn't move at all. But I'm going to go 9 out of 10 simply for that. The rest of it, fantastic. I mean, it's their grips. I didn't honestly expect these to come in some kind of a fancy box. I think the other guy who posted his unboxing, he got them in a box, but I think he's across the pond. So that's fine and fair. They came in a standard box. They showed up extremely quick. What was the gentleman's name? There was one of them that reached out to me from Star Grips because I made a dum-dum. Where is your name here? RJ. RJ, if you see this, thank you for reaching out. I apologize that I didn't put my postal code in the winning thread for you to use, and thank you for reaching out so quickly and then getting these sent out to me so quickly. I was very anxious and sitting at my door all night when UPS had posted that they were going to be showing up at 5 o'clock. I was very excited, but then they didn't move from one location, and it got to be 10 o'clock, and I figured, okay, they're not coming, they're going to come tomorrow, and they did, and I'm very excited. So yeah, I'm super excited to get going on this. I'm really excited to use this gun. It's a super cool design. I know that there's companies that kind of do the same thing where they just create this kind of an attachment that you can just plop on the end of some kind of a gun, and they do actually sell this as a unit. But I do believe you will get one for free if you were to buy, basically if you were to buy a full set of grips. I'm pretty sure it's included with a $100 or more purchase. Quite frankly, I don't want to mislead you, so I'm going to quickly check right here. STAR grips. All grips. Where are they? Products. Install air gun. It is $42. I do not know if this is currently in Canadian or US, but it is not. It's not expensive. It is not an expensive gun. Free installation gun with $100 purchase. So there you go. If you would like, we will quickly go over. The Sidewinder is listed from $11 to $15. I'm assuming there's a difference based on either color or sizing. The Sidewinder comes in standard, mid-size, or undersize. The classic wrap is the same kind of thought process behind this. It comes in mid-size or undersize in a variety of colors, and the same thing, $11 to $15, probably based on your size. Tour Star 360, which is this grip designed to be equal to 3 to 4 wraps of tape on the lower section with a reduced taper. They are standard at $11. You could get jumbo for $13, which I do not like doing because jumbo grips freak me out. The putter grip 17 to 21, I'm believing, based on color. So, $11 a grip at 13 grips, you're already at $130, which is better than most of the grips these days. Pretty sure MCC4s go for like $15-20 Canadian, anyways. So, if you're considering doing it, you're going to get the gun for free, anyways. And that is easy enough for you to do. That, I think, is going to quickly do it for my unboxing and my first impressions. Again, 9 out of 10. Hands are still feeling kind of sticky. Don't like it. That is just a single nitpicky point, but I do still believe that being completely honest in these things is fair. If there was anything else wrong with them, like, I can go through every single grip, and I probably, will to pull test them and see if there's any imperfections or impurities in them. The molding process they use is supposed to be pretty ridiculous. Yeah, they look great. Like this orange, I I really do wish that you could see how orange this orange is, because it is very. Oh, you can see right through it. It is very orange. Very orange. I'm curious if the butt of the grip is a little bit thicker, so that when the grip is on, if you stick on the gun, it doesn't actually go into the shaft. It just kind of sits just before that, so it can actually fill the grip over there. I've seen guys say to just even put a small piece of masking tape on the butt of your shaft just to kind of prevent that and to then push the air out. But that will probably do it for that portion of it. I do want to quickly get into what's in the bag, because everybody does what's in the bag. So if you were here for the first impressions and the unboxing, thank you so much. If you'd like to stay for the what's in the bag, thank you so much. Again, 9 out of 10. I'm going to go back, watch the video, take notes. We're going to take pictures, because pictures are fun. Now, without further ado, let's get into the actual what's in the bag. So, let's grab the bag. 1, 2, and 3. I already have one of my irons, and I'll grab the wedges after. So, from the top here, first of all, Temu. I got these head covers off of Temu. I think they're great. I got this one and 2 more for my hybrids that are a little different. I made the mistake of buying this head cover from one set of these, and the other 2 head covers are from a separate set. This is just pressed on. The stitching and stuff all seems great and whatnot, but like, it's a head cover. I wanted something different. Currently running a Mizuno ST200 that is probably just at the end of its life cycle here. Diamona 60S shaft, and yeah, I honest to goodness, I love this thing. It'll probably stay in my bag until I either break it or I get a really good deal on a driver, or I'm fortunate enough to test something for MyGolfSpy, because they always do new drivers and stuff like that. They get tested out, and to be selected to even do the grips was a pretty big deal in my books, seeing as how I'm very new to the forum. I'm very thankful for all the hospitality that all the existing members have posted and provided. So it's been great. Down the line we go to my 2 hybrid. So first of all, this head cover, as you can see, hopefully, is actually stitched. The leather is like a little bit nicer, I guess, and it's got a sweet little, just easing the tension, baby. Just a sweet little quote on the back of it. But my 2 hybrid, this is brand new to me. It is a 2021 PXG 0317X2 hybrid. Trying to say that stuff is just, that's the worst part about PXG right now. Reason I bought this was to try and get a gap filled between my 3 hybrid, which I'll show you, and my driver. The driver is like a 310-15 club, and the 3 hybrid is like a 265 sort of thing. That's a big gap sometimes to try and fill, so I wanted to get this as a 2 hybrid and crank it down to 15 degrees. Found that 15 degrees actually was not good for me. Cranking the loft down actually brought the lie down, so the club was very toe down and I was not getting a lot of good contact. So I cranked it up one. It's currently sitting at 16. And this thing is an absolute missile with a tensai white 85-gram stiff shaft with, yeah, this, I can't wait to get rid of this grip. It's a fine grip. I mean, it's cool and all, but again, with the shaft already rotated, my hands now don't sit perfectly in line with the way that the grip actually is supposed to sit. And I'm meticulous when it comes to that. So it really frustrates me. My 3 hybrid, if anybody has ever heard of or used this brand before, I got big props for you, is Acer. So this is an Acer XV3 hybrid. It is probably my favorite club in the bag. If you can't tell by like the wear marks on this thing has been through everything, and I absolutely adore this. And I have an Align on this one because I had Aligns on my old set and I just kept this club. But I'll be sad to see the Align go. The Align, in my opinion, is probably going to be one of the toughest ones for me to try and give up because I do genuinely feel a lot more comfortable with the bead on the back when it's properly set. But that right there is my go-to 3-wood that everybody's got something in their bag. Doesn't matter how old or how new it is, everybody's got one of those in their bag, and it's automatic. I need this distance, pulling that out of the bag. Irons are beat to heck. The grip I've already showed you, but it is not in good shape. These are basically brand new shafts, True Temper AMT Whites X100s. As for the heads, we have 2015 Callaway Apex Pros. I do not think I should be running these clubs solely because I'm a 10 handicapper and I can play them well, I can hit them well, but I could probably use more forgiveness, not more distance and not more like height, because I do prefer like a bit of a penetrating ball flight. I don't need anything more than just forgiveness around miss hits on the face. And I still think that I could probably work out getting better at hitting the center of the face with these clubs, but I might need something to help me. I'll get into that in a sec. As for my wedges, I have 4 of them. I have a bunch of clubs that I've been playing through. A 50-degree RTX Ripcore. Sandoval. Yes, I have an old Jason Driver. That is fantastic. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. That's incredible. I used to have all the old Acer stuff. My old man was a big not club fitter, but he used to always order from those sites that had all the like knockoff stuff like the Acers and the Tour Profits and stuff like that. And so he was always making and fiddling around with that stuff and whatnot. So I always had something Acer in my bag at a time. And I absolutely adore that 3 hybrid. That is wicked that you have something like that. You know what Acer is. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. RTX Ripcore, 50-degree, Vokey SM6 54, Mizuno JPX 850, 750, 58 hybrid, and then I kind of playing between running a 60 and a 64 as well. I don't know what I'm going to run specifically. I'm probably going to rip all the grips off of everything and just go from there. Is there anything that you missed, Michael? Is there anything that you want to see or the grips? Because I got everything sitting right here. We've been going for I don't know how long, but yeah, we got the grips. We got the grips. They're super, super tacky. Like, unbelievably tacky. If there's anything you want to see, please fire in the comments. I am 100% willing to go back and talk about these things. It is all going to be at the beginning of the video. I want to get through the unboxing and the first impressions, and then talk about what's in the bag, and then talk about this. So this kills me. This is unbelievable in my opinion. So when I got these irons, my Apexes, I just swapped them. Watching most of it definitely look like anything missing, go back. Wicked. If there's anything you want to see, please don't hesitate. I'm more than willing to talk about the grips. This is mostly for the grips. This is just kind of like a extra add-on. So when I got the Apexes, I literally went 1 for 1 with my cousin. I gave him my old sub 70s. he gave me these Apexes. He needed something that was a little bit more helpful in terms of actually helping him offset stuff like that, a little bit more forgiveness in the face. And he was just having troubles with these, and I had played blades before, so I was like, sure, whatever, let's do it. I finally got around to going and getting them spec checked, and holy crap, are they out of whack. So standard loft for the 5-iron for this set is supposed to be 26 degrees, and it's set at 25.5. So that's like whatever. Like, I'm okay with that. That doesn't bug me too much. What's the 6-iron supposed to be? The 6-iron is supposed to be 29. It's set at 27.25. Okay. The 7-iron is supposed to be 33. The previous couple sets that I had got them spec to be 7-iron 34 and then build from there. Because I really like the distancing that I had when I played Nike Pro Combo set. I couldn't play them at all, but when I did play them well and I got good shots off, the distancing and the gapping was excellent. So I had my Mizuno spec to that. I had the Sub 70 spec to that as well. And these I honestly assumed. So we all know what that does. 7-iron is at 31.75. Should be at 33. This is the one that really gets me. And I don't know if it's a anger thing or if it was range mats or what. The 8-iron is 41 degrees. That is 10 degrees difference between 7 and 8. And that is probably exactly the reason why my 7-iron goes 200 and some odd yards and the 8-iron only goes 175. And that is just, I just can't fathom how that happened. The Apexes were apparently an old pros clubs. He used them for 2 rounds and then sold them off. Might have just been like a manufacturer thing. Wanted to try them, didn't like them. But for him to have them spec'd at 41 is either a me thing because of like hitting them, or they were literally just at that, and he never found himself in that distance that he would need something. I don't know. I could maybe imagine if you know that you're always going to be between, like, you're going to be outside of 200, so you take the 7-iron, and you're going to be inside of 150, so you're just going to take the 8, maybe. Like that's a 50-yard gap. On my gapping, it shows up as 25 yards, which is nuts. The 9-iron and the pitching wedge, 43 and 44. Single degrees between those two clubs. And I don't know. They're supposed to be, the 9 is supposed to be 41.5 and the pitching wedge is supposed to be 46. So I don't know. I don't understand how that happened. The lies are all a little bit flat as well compared to what they're supposed to be from factory. So I'm very curious as to how that happened, and I'm very much looking forward to going back to the place that I had gone to get these spec checked, to go and get them bent back to factory for the lofts, and I'll probably get them to lie check me to see what I'm going to do for lies, how much they got to come up. I'm assuming they're going to have to come up because I do traditionally have a toe down divot. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it is going to be worth it because hopefully it'll make me play some better golf. That is going to do it for the entirety of this video. Michael, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I really am looking forward to getting these on. I hope I can find some time this weekend to do it, and I will probably post another link in the forum saying that I've gone live. Hopefully it looks okay on my phone, because I'll probably just do it on the phone and hook up a microphone, do a lapel mic or whatever, and try and do it that way so that I'm not taking a whole PC setup outside. But I'm really excited to start getting these things on and start playing around with how to get them off, how to get them on, putting extra wraps on to try and get them to feel as close to the Golf Prides as I can, because I do think that would be the fairest thing to do, is to try and make these feel as close to those as I can. I don't know in terms of actual thickness of the grip if it's going to be as thick as the MCCs are, but I'm curious if a single wrap of painter's tape would just change that and just bubble them out just a little bit to make them feel the same way. But yeah, that'll do it for me. I really appreciate you stopping by. hopefully you guys have found this interesting. If you have any questions, comments, anything, please fire that in the comments below. I will do my best to put a link to the forum and to the forum feed for this test in the description afterwards. Don't think I have to do anything else in terms of adding in links. Star grips link in there has to go as well. But yeah, for the 8th time, that'll do it. I appreciate you stopping by. Have yourself a fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you're living right now. And the golf gods are going to bless you with a birdie the next time you go golfing. So thank you for coming out. Have a great night. Thank you guys. Have a good one.